Land of the free and home of the brave, we say in unison. Our Constitution boasts, we the people. However, despite our nation's reputation of freedom and unity, America has had a long history of division and segregation. Violence slinks through our nation like a menacing wolf wanting to devour us. Discrimination continues to parade across the streets, despite the efforts of the Montgomery bus boycott and the civil rights activists. Today, we are at a crossroad. We have the choice to bear the abrasions of our ancestors and live in victimization, or we can choose to embrace our inherited patriotism and devotion to our home country. So the question put before us is this: America, where do we go from here? In order to give rise to a better America, we the citizens must embody the soul and spirit of Old Glory herself. We must wave the flag of freedom pridefully. We must serve in honor of those who fought to define our freedom. What better example of these acts than our very own veterans, the men and women who bleed the colors red and blue and who wear them proudly. The veterans of our nation pride themselves on living through the flag, inheriting its patriotism and passion. The passion these strong-minded individuals embody seems unattainable to an ordinary citizen, such as myself. I've never understood what made our veterans so determined and what founded their deep love for a nation so torn, so distraught, and so plagued by turmoil. These thoughts ate away at my mind increasingly with each story of Vietnam that my grandfather described to me. He left his dysfunctional family for a brotherhood bounded by loyalty. He served in honor of the flag and lived to be a protector of her. During his service, he saw multiple men and battalions in his charge murdered mercilessly by foreign enemies. Yet he continued to grasp to our nation for security, as a baby does to her blanket. He lived fighting for our freedom, our liberty, and our pursuit of happiness tirelessly. My brother, who continues this tradition of service, does the same each day. He serves in remembrance of our grandfather and of all veterans. When we answer the question, where do we go from here, we must answer in remembrance of our veterans. We must strive to embody their passion and loyalty. We must fight for our America relentlessly, as our 1,346,400 troops do each day. But what makes America so special that these 1,346,400 troops are willing to put their lives at risk for it every day? I used to believe that these men were so willing because they love America in a way that no one else does. But each day, as I reflect on my grandfather's stories and character, I realize that I was wrong. They don't fight for their family, and they don't do it solely because they love America. They do it because America loves them. America gives them light, compassion, and integrity. Despite America's desire to love and protect us, most people in society find themselves neglecting her endearment. America serves us as our loving mother. We don't reciprocate her love. When we look at the question, America, where do we go from here? It's not so much about where America needs to go, but rather where we, the citizens of America, must go. We must jump into her open arms and embrace her love and compassion. The reason most of us haven't already jumped into her arms is because we find ourselves hesitant to accept her love. We surmise that the grim acts of the unholy before us, such as the Manchester bombing or the Columbine High School massacre, define her. But who's to say that that is what defines America? America is not defined by the heinous acts of a few, but rather by her accomplishments, such as the way she brought recovery and aid to those wounded in 9/11, or the way that she provides equality of opportunity. America is a place of security, a place of companionship, and a place of endless opportunities. Blessed to live on the hopes of heaven, people in America are able to live on a path unimaginable to those in foreign countries. We are gifted to reside in a place where we can love and be loved freely. When we deny ourselves the warmth our nation radiates upon us in what is seemingly such a cold country, our souls cry out for the comfort of Old Glory. Old Glory has stained our souls red and blue. But in order to bleed those colors, as our veterans do, we must shed our hatred for the world and live vulnerably. We can no longer live in sanction or victimization. We must come together as brothers and sisters birthed by our founding mothers, America and Old Glory. In unity under the flag, we can live in an America that is desirable and free of ridicule or binds. We can be the epitome of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and we can live a life of purity. We can live in a land that is free and in a home that is brave. In God, we can trust, and to Old Glory, we can give honor. America, this is where we need to go.